to start your day. Running people down like it feeds your soul. But every word you throw in, taking on a toll. Tell me how it feels, carrying all that weight, all that hate you giving. Don't it sit on your plate? Hey, I'm feeling good today. Smile on my face ain't going away. You can talk, you can say what you say, but I'm too blessed, I won't carry that weight. Hey, I'm feeling good today. Light in my step, I'm moving my way. You can keep all that shade. I'm good today. Scrolling, watching, waiting on a fall. But I'm up here rising, I don't feel that at all. You throw little words like they don't come back, but energy circles, remember that. How you sleep at night with all that noise inside. I let mine go, that's why I'm feeling like I'm feeling good today. Nothing in me gonna fade away. You can try, but I won't engage. Peace too real, I won't trade my space. Hey, I'm feeling good today. Woke up right and I'm staying that way. You can keep all that weight. I'm good today. How you feel when all you do is bring people down? Be real, don't let it heavy now. I let it go, I free my soul. That's why I glow. Hey, I'm feeling good today, and nothing in me gonna break my way. Smile too real, it's here to stay. I woke up blessed, and I'm keeping my praise. Hey, I'm feeling good today, light so strong, I don't need no shade. You can keep that way. I'm good today.
Ooh, y'all, I'm feeling good today. Ooh, I like this song. That is a beautiful song. You have to really understand, put in your mind what she just really saying. You know, she ain't letting nothing bother her. She blessed. She feeling good. What's going on, Sarah Dow? It's good to see you, girl. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Hey, I'm not going to have a long live. I'm going to be really quick and everything, but I just want to stress some things that's been really going on. You know, right now, the AI and the robots is taking over on the jobs, y'all. I'm telling you, when you're calling some places for customer service, and you calling places and customer service, one of the customer service representative answer, to you, that you might be talking to an AI. My sister told me one day she called the DART system for my brother, for the disabled, and she was talking to AI. So when you call now, when you calling customer service and with places and customer service answer, whatever, hey, you might be speaking to AI. AI is taking over customer service jobs. Me and Sarah, we talked about this over on lives and stuff about the AI taking over, the robots taking over and everything. And, they putting them in the restaurants and they seeing how it work out, and they see it's working out good in one place, and they making good money from it, good revenue and everything. And other restaurants gonna start trying it. They doing it at Amazon. They got robots running out there around with Amazon. Amazon for left a lot of people, over at Amazon. They letting a lot of people go with the UPS systems, the United Postal Service. They letting a lot of people go out on that. They closing a lot of buildings down. They making people take their early retirement. It's just gonna be, people gonna be really struggling because AI gonna take over a lot of jobs along with the robots, y'all. And I don't know if people are getting ready for it, but I've been talking about it, but nobody's listening. But hey, let's check this out.
California. That's where the world's first ever fully autonomous AI-powered restaurant has opened, complete with burger flipping bots.
This automated grill gives the meat its sizzle as this restaurant goes robotic.
For this burger, it would take about 120 seconds.
Cali Express by Flippy is the world's first AI-powered eatery. There's new technology outside the kitchen, too.
A cheeseburger.
Order kiosks use facial recognition to remember you, your favorite food, and how you like to pay. Then watch the robots work. No humans required.
We can't get enough people to come out to work on fryers and grills and their dangerous jobs. And this automation helps solve a lot of those issues.
Hello, may I have someone?
62% of restaurants report being understaffed. Industry experts say most of those unfilled jobs could be done by robots.
Excuse me. How do y'all feel about the robots taking over people's jobs? Now, they can keep a lot of money in their pocket. They don't have to pay for vacations. They don't do no pay raise, But how would you feel about you going to a restaurant and a robot serving you inside dining? I mean, how would you feel? Would you feel strange because you're not talking to a human? You know what I'm saying? Would you feel, you be okay with it? Oh, Sarah said she don't like it. Sarah said, she don't like it. So, Sarah, you wouldn't go to a restaurant that do that, and when you find out, you'll go to another restaurant, you deny eating with them, you'll go somewhere else. I don't know how I would feel if if I go to a restaurant and a robot come up, want to serve me my food. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about that, But, like I said, they trying to say they're on their money. They trying to say every dime they can get for themselves, and then they try to say, well, things are so hard, and we got to pay a lot of money for this and pay a lot of money for that. And, you come out cheaper like this and listen to other people to see if they've been safe. I should go somewhere else. I don't know how I would feel about that, but this, I don't know. I probably go somewhere else for the first time. I mean, I probably go somewhere else, but I probably do the first time. Now, the first time I would do a go in dining, Sarah, because I think that I want to know, I want to see them in action for the first time, a real robot with my own eyes in a dining restaurant. I think I probably would go one time to see, you know what I'm saying, to see that. But I don't think if I went one time and see that, I don't think I would go no more. I think that just would be good for me, I believe. That's what I think, for real. But I don't know. It might be a good thing, I don't know, but for them, but it ain't gonna be a good thing for people trying to, work and everything. Excuse me. Let's see. Now we ain't gonna be here too long. We ain't gonna be here long at all. Okay. We always say, know your laws. Know your laws when you go to different countries in different states, because the laws that you may be immune to is where you stay at, and you've been there so long, you ain't used to going nowhere for a long period of time or doing some crazy stuff that's out of ordinary and get you in trouble. But hey, I always say, know your laws. I promise I would never, ever go nowhere without knowing my law. If I say I'm going to go from here to California, well, let me see what kind of laws California might got. Because I know if I get any kind of trouble, see if I do anything, things that they don't allow in California, they'll get me in trouble, get me locked up. You know what I'm saying? Or get me a ticket or a fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. I'm not just gonna go to, not even to another. I'm gonna go to Africa and don't know their laws. I need to know African laws. I need to know Russian laws. I need to go know Afghanistan laws. Before I decide to just go over there and do some crazy stuff that I might be used to doing here in the United States, but over there, it might not be the same thing. And that's why I always tell people, you know your laws. When you go places, you don't know your laws, you may be in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. Know your rules and regulations. Just like rules and regulations. If you go on an airplane, well, I know I can't take this on here. I know that this can't weigh so much. You got to know, and you already know before you get there. It's the same way. I already know them laws and rules and stuff before you get to another another country, put to another state you may be going to. You may be getting to the incident. You might get drunk, act a fool. You might just act a fool, get in an accident. Anything might can happen, right? Right. But check these girls out, y'all. I don't know what they was thinking. They thought they was doing something, y'all. They thought they was doing something. Let's see here.
So did you guys know that racism is illegal in Brazil and can actually get you arrested? Guys, I'm about to go over one of the biggest fuck around and find out stories that you might have heard in the travel space in a while. But basically, this 29-year-old female from Argentina named Agustina Paez was visiting Rio de Janeiro in January. She was at a bar with friends, and I guess they were drinking, having a good old time. The tab came by. She was in disagreement with the amount I guess she was being charged. A dispute ended up happening. She exited the establishment and then proceeded to do monkey noises, basically calling the staff monkeys, which is considered racism. And so she thought she was going to get away with it. Everything was going to be cool. She was going back to Argentina, no problem. Psych. Brazil said, hell nah, we ain't standing for that. And they got her ass. They arrested her. And then on top of that, they released her on an ankle bracelet, and she has to remain in Brazil for the duration of time until they sentence her. And she could be sentenced to 2 to 5 years of imprisonment. Okay, so Brazil does not fuck around when it comes to racism, guys. Make sure you're doing your research when you're going to a different country before you end up getting locked up for something stupid. I know people that have been locked up for smoking cigarettes, smoking weed overseas. And I'm not even trying to say that racism is something you guys should be doing overseas. Like, obviously, learn to be a bit more open-minded and not be ignorant. I don't condone racism, but in this case, this idiot didn't realize that racism is illegal in Brazil. She thought it was like Argentina, where you could say and do whatever you want, but in Brazil you can't do that. And they locked her ass up, and she found out very quickly that you can't fuck around in Brazil. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that story, and make sure you do your research before you go to other countries, guys. Simple as that.
Now, sir, they shouldn't do that anyway. You sure right. You sure right, but guess what? See about them laws? them laws is crazy, girl. You hear me? She didn't know that they can use racism over there. She didn't know. Rio de Janeiro. Now I know. You better not go and say, "Ooh, it says no. You're gonna get in trouble." Even all she did, all let the monkey symbol and act all like woo and oh man, what they say, 2 to 5 years in prison. Oh my God! Now that cost her more than what the ticket was that she was complaining about, right? Now she looking like a doggone fool. No, she shouldn't be. So shouldn't Sarah. She shouldn't be. She shouldn't be racist at all. She shouldn't. But now look what it cost her now. Now she's stuck over there. She got a month on her leg. Now she got to pay them fines and fees, and she got to get a lawyer. Pay more money to get a lawyer now to try to get her out of trouble that she in, or less a time sentence between 2 to 5 years just for doing that. Oh man. I bet that's a story she gonna be able to tell all her friends about it. All her friends that were with her, that was he and he's giggling and stuff. I bet you now they ain't laughing now, huh, Sarah? I bet they got that look on their face with a boo-boo. Got boo-boo look on their face right now, because I know that they was embarrassed about, I can't believe she went to jail just for doing that. No way. No way. She went to jail just for doing that. She gonna go to jail prison for that? Man, she was silly for doing that, Sarah. Man, she was doing silly. But you, girl, let me tell you something. When you getting them Ubers, girl, you just don't know. When you getting them doggone Ubers, let me tell you, when I seen what I seen about these Ubers, baby, it made me think, they human, don't get me wrong. And they get into crap like everybody else get into crap. That's the normal thing people do nowadays. They get into a bunch of crap and everything. But you being a passenger, you just don't know. But check this freaky situation out. Wait a minute. Let me take this comment down. Hey, DC. Check this out, y'all. It's a freaking accident.
I was never gonna see my kids again. My Uber driver steady like, I think I'm being followed. I look back and I'm like, dang, you are getting followed. We just took off, started driving real fast. So I'm like, slow down, because you about to miss your turn. Slow down. I was like, either we gonna die in a car accident or they gonna get us. By the time we get off our road, that's when I first heard the first shots. I instantly ducked down in my seat.
You got your phone? Come on. Get inside.
Slow down. We gonna make a sharp turn in a minute. Just slow down.
They went that way.
The whole time we trying to get away. She hit something to make us flip over. Obviously, I'm happy that we got into a wreck because I'm like, now it's over. They got out their car and they shot us up again while the car was on fire. They wasn't men. They was some young teenagers. I knew my leg was shot. I had blood all over my foot. But I really do appreciate that y'all was there to help us out that car. And just to call 911 period for us. So I really appreciate that because I was able to see my kids again.
Tara says she did not know the suspect. She did not know the Uber driver either. She said she was very surprised by all of this. And to add insult to all of her injuries, she lost her job this week. She's a forklift operator with about 10 years experience. And she said she kind of goes from warehouse to warehouse in temporary positions. And she lost her job this week because of this attack. She's also raising 4 kids on her own. There is a GoFundMe set up for her. You can find that if you care to donate.
Hell no, y'all. Hell to no. It never said if he was into any kind of problems with anybody. She said they wasn't no men. They were some young kids, some young thuggers. Boy, I wonder, was he into with some young kids? And I wonder how old was he, the driver himself? I wonder, was he a young a young dude? You know what I mean? But that's freaking. That's some scary stuff, huh, Sarah? Girl, oh my God. Man, and then the car flipped over and the car on fire. Oh my goodness. Somebody, the guy was with them. Man, they had to have a wreck. Even after they had the wreck, they weren't satisfied with the wreck. They had to get out the car and still shoot them. What kind of shizness was that? They had to be into some mess. Say that was something else. One boy say, I'm telling you, she said they were some young boys. So I'm thinking the driver must have been a young boy. And I'm thinking the driver must have had some problems with them before or something like that. They had some words with them or something. It had to been something. I don't care what nobody say. It had to been something for that to happen. Didn't the car catch on fire? I mean, if I'm chasing them in the car and they trying to get away, I'm behind, I'm chasing them, and they accident, I'm not going to get out the car, stop my car. People hanging around. I'm not going to stop my car, still get out the car, and still shoot them. Oh, they was bold. They was mad. That was madness on them, y'all. So I'm saying that driver did something. It was something he did because she said she didn't know them. Yeah, something happened. Sure did. Something happened. Man, I would love to know what happened for that situation to happen. But the driver I ain't got no job. The car caught on fire. My goodness. People had put them out the car. After they got shot up. Man, they were mad. They was mad. Maybe he did a delivery or something. He Ubered them or something. Something didn't happen now, but he Ubered them and they got mad about it and got their homeboys and ran them down. You know what I'm talking about? It was that. Let's talk about that, y'all. How would they know where he was at? You know what I'm saying? For them to know he went to to follow him to pick her up, because they had to follow him to pick her up. They had enough time to bang at him, right? So yeah, she got shot 5 times. So now tell me if y'all kind of understand what I'm saying when I say this. Okay, the driver had to drive to the location to where she was. If they was following behind a driver and mad at the driver, they had plenty of time between that time distance frame before he went pick her up to pew at the car, right? I don't know, because listen to me now. You got understand what I'm saying? The driver had enough, and the shooters had enough time to pew at him before he went to go pick the girl up. They had enough time distance, right? The driver had to drive to her house, so they had enough time to bang at the boy. But then when she get in the car with him, that's when she said somebody is chasing us. So was it somebody that she may have known? But then she said they were some young boys, and she wasn't no young girl. She was an older woman. So you may be right, DC. Like our first theory, somebody was after him. And watching him said, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. Make sure that's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. And she jumped in the car and they started following them. That may be what happened, man. I'm telling you. It's some freaky shit. Nizzle stuff out here. They was watching him. They sure was. They was watching him. But yeah, let's talk about this team takeover. We talked about this before. In Atlanta. I'm just gonna play the video. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna take this comment down.
When we return in 60 seconds, teen takeover chaos, the dangerous trend across the country, and now one teen facing attempted murder charges. That's next.
The system was not built for patients. I'm Taylor. I'm a psychiatrist, and I'm Chief Medical Officer at Salis Health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Upton, the Vice President of Clinical Services and Medical Director.
We're back now with the dangerous viral trend known as teen takeovers, where large groups of teens descend on a specific area in Chicago. One incident turned violent, with dozens arrested and several others hospitalized. And now some are saying it's time to charge parents for their kids' actions. Here's Maggie Vespa.
Tonight, dramatic new video of Chicago police pinning people down and struggling to quell massive Memorial Day crowds. Police say 53 people were arrested and nearby 3 teens were shot. This 24 hours after investigators say an 18-year-old plowed his car into a crowd of 5 officers, all now in fair condition. The teen charged with attempted murder. 2 so-called teen takeovers in 24 hours. A viral trend sweeping the nation, with massive gatherings organized online and unleashed on unsuspecting communities coast to coast, often turning chaotic or violent. In Tampa, police body camera video shows massive fights amid a teen takeover earlier this month. Here, you see the mayhem from above. Authorities say 22 people were arrested, as young as 12. Another brawl breaking out at this Chipotle in Washington, D.C. And outside Milwaukee, cars spinning out in this intersection. Authorities last month responding to 12 teen takeovers in one weekend. Now, Chicago officials weighing targeting parents, with one representative proposing charging parents of minors arrested at teen takeovers after the city's 10 p.m. curfew with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. A Class A misdemeanor punishable by up to a $2,500 fine and 364 days in jail. This strategy of potentially charging parents, do you think it would be effective?
I think that it's a start. We need to have a proactive approach from police, whereas they should be monitoring social media to establish where these meetups would be occurring and placing officers accordingly.
One idea as desperation to rein in teen takeovers grows. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Chicago.
And we're back in a moment with new arrests tied to a string of high-profile burglaries against pro athletes.
So what y'all think? You know, it's just like Atlanta. In Atlanta, they started charging the parents on how their kids started acting down there. And do y'all feel like the parents should be charged on their kids? But look how many kids it was, y'all. Look how many kids it was. I mean, there was not enough policemen out there for all them kids. There was not enough people out there. They didn't have enough police out there for them kids. Especially for Chicago. Chicago was, woo. Chicago was packed. And how they meet up is they get online on social media and tell everybody what's going on, where to meet at. Man. But you know, kids can get hurt like that. That's when firearm play come into action. You know what I'm saying? All them kids like that hanging around, hovering around like that. Man, that's a lot of bodies to get injured, you know. Cause you got one fool who can't do what they supposed to do, act right, want to get mad and start pew-pewing every doggone world. And all them kids out there, and you start pew-pewing, and you gonna fire up on everybody. How many bullets you got in that little pew-pew? I mean, all them people around you. It's too many people out there. They need to control their kids, y'all. My goodness. Oh my God. I know school is out, but good Lord. I mean, and then, you know, you take your kids one place and your kid be somewhere else. You know, just like my son. You know, I think he be one place and he be somewhere else. You know, yeah, you know, but how could they control that? You cannot get every kid out there to get every parent, because there's too many kids out there. Too many. I know, right? It's too many kids out there. So you want to be you can make an example, some examples out of some kids to let them know this was gonna happen, because we did it to told this many kids or whatever we did arrest. Because for all them kids, baby, they gonna need salvos, a whole lot of doggone paddy wagons and some rented buses. Not no little buses, the big school buses. Because they no. And they little paddy wagons didn't not even enough to hold a lot of people. Oh my God. I know he need to stay home. I know, Sarah. He need to stay home, girl. He do. He do. But y'all, you know, start watching them laws. Them laws might start changing. They might pass some kind of laws. You got them bad kids in school, and you got them kids out there like that, out there in the streets like that, because it's like, hey, they outside. We're going to be outside. My niece told my sister she going to be outside. She said she looked around. She had her shorts on. I said, baby, she outside. She outside, baby. She outside. It's going to be a whole lot of kids outside. And y'all know what? It's going to be a lot of parents, y'all. is not gonna know where their kids is at all. And it's gonna be a lot of parents gonna get themselves into a lot of trouble because they trying to put these new laws out, and they trying to make these schools be good. Man, I don't know. But before I go, did y'all hear about this kid went on a swim trip at the beach with the school? And they was out there in the water. It was a African American boy. He was out there in the water, and the boy ended up drowning. And then in the same scenario, I seen another story where a boy was out there rafting, right, y'all? And y'all, he was out there with the school. The school had a trip out there, and he was rafting, right? And out there, in the meanwhile, when he was rafting, you say everyone outside riding around talking crazy. They sure is. In the meanwhile, they was outside rafting, and they ran up on this heavy water with this pressure, and then and the water had so much pressure, it was turning the little, the raft ain't they big, they heavy, turning the raft around and got hung up on all that water, y'all. Do y'all know that raft turned over, y'all? That raft turned over. I'm like, these are some freaking accidents. But my question is to y'all, and I want y'all to make me understand this right here, okay? Make me understand. Cause I be minding my damn business. But y'all make me understand. How can a school take you on a trip? How can a school take you on a rafting trip? You know what I'm talking about? That's crazy, right? And I don't understand that. I would never sign a piece of paper for my kids say, yeah, you can go on a rafting trip with a school. I would never say, yeah, it's okay for my kid to go on a beach, in the water with a school or for a school trip. There is no way. And when they started doing trips like that to the beach and for a rafting trip, that's very dangerous. There is not taking of no kid. My thing is, I can have fun. I understand. It's like DC said, they outside. I understand that. But my thing is this right here. They got to think about safety. But I don't know, y'all. But I got to get the hell out of here. But hey, how the hell you going to love somebody? You don't love yourself. Please, so y'all be safe. I'll be back. Y'all be safe out there.